I'll begin supporting Veronica when she said gay rights in the outside world and gay rights in the military are completely different. Both my partner and I agree that gays should have rights, but also that this is the worst possible time to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We want to wait until the war has ended and America, and especially the military, is more accepting of homosexuals to even think about changing policy. But that's not possible when gay marriage hasn't been passed in almost every state and the majority of the military is against this. Of course, things will change with time, but other changes need to occur before the policy is repealed. Lifting the ban right now, like our opponents want, will cause more violence against gays, a lack of privacy for heterosexuals, fighting within our own military, and therefore distractions from the much more important war going on at the moment. And a significantly lower retention rate, and not to mention result in an increase in costs. Lifting the ban will violate privacy and increase costs. If we respect women's needs for privacy from men, we should also respect the same need on that part of heterosexuals with regard to homosexuals. Protecting privacy in a military with open homosexuality would mean recognizing four different sexes. Pro-ban servicemen and women say that sexual behavior in the military is not a matter of what happens behind closed doors, because soldiers are sharing living quarters and have no choice in their selection of roommates and or teammates. If gays were allowed to enlist openly, pro-ban soldiers wonder, should the military just continue segregation by sex, give everyone individual rooms and showers, or set up separate facilities for gays and lesbians? Most soldiers agree that the first proposal is morally unacceptable and the latter two are costly and impractical. If the ban were lifted, violence would increase. The following true statements are made by soldiers who are anti-gays in the military. I found this in the books Gays and Lesbians in the Military, and they got the info from questionnaires that they gave the soldiers. These are people of all races, ages, genders, and religions, but they share a common hatred for homosexuals. With this policy, gays are being protected. One serviceman said, "I go AWOL. I don't want these people staring at me while I shower, dress, or anything." Another said, "It's not right, it's sick, it's despicable, nauseating, and I killed them." Another one said, "Gays should be shot, gays should all die." There have been many cases where gays were harassed as well as tortured and murdered by their side of the military. One recent case was where a soldier was shot at Camp Pendleton, which is only a couple hours from here, and after his teammates found out he was gay. Lifting the ban would also lower retention rates. Of those who are undecided about their career plans or who are planning on remaining in the Military Times found that 59% of men and 29% of women said that they would not remain if the ban were lifted. There are many more people who we would lose if this policy was repealed and who can potentially have valuable and rare skills than if we were to just discharge people who weren't following the law. Is it worth it to lose this many people to keep a few homosexuals who want to be part of the military? The firm claims that the government is discharging people with valuable and rare skills. Like I already said, we would lose more soldiers if gays were allowed to serve openly in the military than if they were discharged for breaking the policy. The most recent Military Times surveys show that 58% of military respondents opposed the policy change, and 24% said that they would leave the military or consider terminating their careers after serving their tours of duty. The White House isn't close to having military support for ending Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Most members of the U.S. military support a ban on gays. Americans in the military are inclined to oppose gays serving openly in the military, and they support Don't Ask, Don't Tell. A 2006 opinion poll by Military Times showed that 30% of those surveyed said that gays should serve openly. 59% are opposed. If people in the military don't support this, we can't change it, especially not at this time when we're supposed to be in the middle of war. That would just cause there to be major disorder in the military and with them fighting with each other as opposed to the enemy. No one can doubt that it would make the military highly inefficient. The firm claims that the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy is also a form of discrimination. Don't Ask, Don't Tell forbids homosexual acts, not homosexuality. The Pentagon's new policy on guidelines of homosexual in the military says sexual orientation will not be a bar to service until manifested by homosexual conduct. The military will discharge members who engage in homosexual conduct, which is defined as a homosexual act, a statement that the member is homosexual or bisexual. In other words, policy does not prohibit being gay, in the military, but only expressions of that homosexuality, which is defined as by the new DADT policy as bodily contact which a reasonable person would understand to demonstrate propensity for erotic homosexual bodily contact. This is the military. They're supposed to be fighting for the country instead of trying to find dates, so I don't see why that's a problem. Don't ask, don't tell also softened the military policy on gays. The policy made the military more flexible and with accommodating gays. It stopped officers from hunting down gays and made the burden of proof harder to achieve, and this general shift towards accommodation was an improvement and it should be recognized as such. What we need at this time and still need is a compromise between those who want gays in the military and those who don't. This policy accommodates both and helps decrease tension between those two sides so we can focus on more important things. It's not overly discriminatory because gays are being discharged for breaking a policy. The Army says the discharged linguists were casualties of their own failure to follow a well-known policy. We have standards, says Harvey Purnett, a spokesman for the U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command at Fort Monroe, Virginia. We have physical standards and academic standards. There are no differences between administering these standards and administering the don't ask, don't tell policy. Rules are rules. All these standards were put in place for a reason. They were put in place to increase efficiency. Allowing gays in the military decreases efficiency. There's nothing discriminatory about it. The military is just trying to do their job and do it well. Lifting the ban right now, like her opponents want, will cause more violence against gays, a lack of privacy for heterosexuals, fighting within our own military, and therefore distractions from the much more important war going on at the moment. It will also result in a significantly lower retention rate, and not to mention result in increase in costs. And they're claiming that the policy is discriminatory, and the military is discharging people with rare and valuable skills are unfounded.